I know you're somewhere, somewhere. I'm trapped in.
Hey guys, welcome to the Lion's Den. Those new and old, thank you for returning, and welcome for everyone who's tuning in for the first time. Today's menu is actually V and his health, or what's basically going on with him mentally um, as of now. But before I get started and get into the reading, I did make a Twitter that I will leave the link down below. I made a Twitter for the Lions Den so you guys can vote on polls that I make for what groups I should read on next and what kind of readings you want. I think that would be a lot easier. Um, but at the same time, I would really like if you guys leave in the comments, as usual, anyone else that you would like me to do a reading on. It can be, of course, a ship reading, a health reading, a general checkup reading, just anything of the sort. Just go ahead and leave it in the comment section. Now, for getting on to V, um, V right now, I would title probably this. The title of this video is probably going to be V Decisions. V has a lot, sort of, that he's currently working on. I feel like he's definitely listening to his guides. That's what these kind of tell me. We have here the Eight of Wands, the Hangman, the Seven of Wands, and then the Hierophant. Um, and I feel like what's going on here is that um, V is coming from a place where he was actually making decisions. I feel like he was trying to, where more of he had made a decision, and I think he had thought about going through with that, like a decision or a plan, and he thought that he was going to go through with that, and he was just going to do whatever it is that is on his mind or was on his mind. Um, I feel like V was coming from a stance of being defensive. I think V was coming from a stance of more of standing up for himself and his own rights and righteousness. I don't know what this is pertaining to, but just what he's got going on right now. The Hangman comes out to tell me that he, in the midst of kind of coming to a decision, deciding that he was going to do whatever it is that it was. It could be related to them thinking about leaving or disbanding or whatnot. Maybe this is something that's back on his mind, like thinking back on that time or something like that. But the Hangman comes out to tell me that he sort of, something told him to stop, like stop thinking that, or to sit back, relax, and wait it out. And so he did. He kind of went into the Hangman position. He knew what was going to happen. More of he knew what was going on around him, but he decided to lay and wait and see what happens. The Seven of Wands comes out and says, in that moment of him actually waiting and watching and coming to see what he, like, more of sitting on what he really wants, he was struck with a brand new idea. Something else came to mind. Something literally, as you see the flame in this card, almost like a light at the end of the tunnel. Something sparked, and he was like, this is what I should do instead. Now the Hierophant card comes out. And in this deck, I'm actually going to see what this one means in this deck. How this deck would like to describe the Hierophant. The Hierophant in this is a mentor seeking knowledge. Now, me, I usually kind of see it more as dealing with law and rules and obeying and, being obedient and things like that. But in this case, it's just saying that he found something else that he could look forward to. with either in the company or in the group or just in what he's doing, his craft. And he may have found a new spark, what am I looking for? A new talent or something to put his energy and his time into. And so that's what I'm seeing here. I asked Archangel Gabriel to tell me what advice he had for Taehyung. Hold on, let me flip these up. And we have divine guidance. The ideas that you are receiving are heaven sent answers to your prayers. And I think with the divine guidance, I think that is what's stirred his hangman mode, his mode of instead of going with whatever I just thought I was going to do, I'm going to actually decide to not do that and wait it out. And then, boom, after that, he got his spark. I think that's what Archangel Gabriel is talking about, that you're being that he's being divinely guided. And so Archangel Gabriel is telling him to allow himself to receive any gifts or any blessings that are coming into his life. He needs to be open to receiving them. It says, open your warm arms and welcome the blessings and answered prayers that God is sending you. Also, the last card that comes out for him is prosperity. Your actions have resulted in incoming abundance. So I feel like, again, the hangman mode that he had with the tarot is actually, that was definitely his guides, a spirit telling him to wait it out. And because he listened to it, they're saying that you have blessings coming your way. So V has a lot of blessings coming his way for listening to his spirit, listening to spirit telling him and guiding him to what to do. Okay. So Gabriel came through to let him know that he has gifts coming for that. Okay, so this is my, I believe this is my grace deck. I'm going to do my self-care deck first. Let me just make sure this is the right one. This is my grace deck. Okay, self-care. So right now, for V to care for himself more, they say that he's going to need a little more independence. It says, decide for yourself, exercise your right to choose. And so as we were seeing before, V seemed to have been in a mode where he was trying to decide whether or not to do something or which path to take. And in meditation, he found some place and something for him. So this self-care deck is this self-care card is talking about his independence and actually speaking just on that, that he needs to make decisions for himself by himself, and that will benefit him most. Okay. Creativity. Express your creativity, delight in mystery of your inner muse. They're also talking about continuing to use his art, his photos that he takes, all of that, even probably making music. I feel like definitely making more songs and more music is something that they want to push him more towards, to continue to do that as an outlet, as a way for him to sort of have a release of his own. Okay, time. It says schedule a date with yourself. You deserve more time in your life. This to me talks about Tay needing a lot, especially with independence. I feel like it's saying that Tay needs some time alone. Tay needs some time to sort of be either separate from the group or more of separate from the company, separate from work, and needs some more time to himself and time to work on his craft and work on his own creativity. So we also have the grace cards. Direction comes out. It says, look for clues. Grace will lead us to the exact events and experiences at precisely the right time. Again, direction kind of goes hand in hand with D and trying to make these decisions and trying to figure out what he wants to do, where he wants to go. The cards are just really speaking so much about this indecision that he had been having. And yeah, so we're gonna move on to the next card. It says release. He has release. It says, let go, let go. When we release our attachment to the outcome, we allow the power of grace to work its magic. So a lot of stress and tension that he may have, he definitely needs to release that. I still believe that from the self-care deck, that it's in reference to using his art as his muse, using his art and photography and things that he's very much into, his hobbies, as a way to relieve himself of the stress of the lay, or as a way for him to relax, which is the next card. Breathe. Everything happening is exactly as it should be. Peace. When we balance silence with activity, we discover the true peace of mind, the source of all joy and happiness. Balancing silence with activity is exactly, again, what the tarot was saying. He was at a point where he thought he had come up with a decision that probably wasn't meditated on long enough. And then when he decided to silence and still himself and wait and see what was going, really see what was going around him, then he came up with the greatest, idea, or then he came up with a decision that he figured was more appropriate for him in that situation. The last card that comes out is presence. And presence says, bring your mind to a present moment, to present moment time. Now is the time. Now is the only place to be. So again, I feel like things are right now actively happening for V, actively changing in his life. I feel like there are changes Spirit is making in his life as of right now. And so I think they want him to not focus on anything else and all the other troubles that he may be having, but wait out and acknowledge the changes that Spirit is really moving and making and doing in his life right now. And so I asked his guides this, what are the things that they want Tay to come to him for? So compromise. Again, this goes kind of hand in hand with decisions. They want him to come to him about what he should compromise on, the things that he was thinking about doing before, and the new ideas that he had come through Spirit. And they're just saying to understand that what we're giving you and what you're going through is a give and take situation. You don't have to tolerate everything, but there are ways that you can compromise to make it so you are satisfied, and who you're working with is also satisfied. Okay. Devotion. And I feel like it's just basically literally just that, and talking about being very devoted to what he wants to accomplish in his dreams, and just making sure that he stays on the right path. So if he needs help in staying devoted, to come and speak with Spirit about that. Rest. Okay. Again, just like in the grace cards, I believe he was getting peace, relax, release. Tay needs a break. Taehyung needs rest. He needs time to spend without the pressures of being a celebrity, without the pressures of being an idol, without the pressures of being in a group, without the pressures of work. He needs time to rest. So that's something that they want him to come to him about. Imagination. This is, to me, sparking creativity. And they want him to come to them about sparking his creativity. Come to him about come to Spirit about finding his muse, finding other things that he can be interested in, his different outlets. Okay. Gifts. Spirit is also saying, hold on, here we go. Spirit is saying they want him to be more aware of his psychic abilities, because those are gifts to him. Okay, and I feel like his talents are also a gift from Spirit, and Spirit wants him to be very aware of these, very aware of the gifts that they're continuing to send him. Because, like I said, this is a time of receiving, as it is Christmas coming up soon. Tay is going to be receiving a lot of gifts, a lot of spiritual gifts, and he needs to be very open to receiving them because they will help him during these hard times. And the last card is appreciation. So I feel like it's in last place for a reason, and that's just to give thanks to the gifts that he's going to be receiving for the end of this year. For him to, when he's aware, once he realizes these things, these abilities or these talents that he's going to continue to develop, or new things that he may learn, or new opportunities that come to him. They want him to make sure that he's very appreciative of that and comes to Spirit to say thank you. All right, and speaking of thank you guys for watching. I tried to make this very quick. It's about I think it's under 17 minutes. So I'm going to end it here. This is my quick health reading or health update or something. And if you want to purchase a reading by me, I do VTRs, which are video tarot readings. You can purchase a reading by emailing me, letting me know what you want, with 5 questions as well, like the topic, the idol, the ship, whichever. 5 questions that go along with it, and I'll give you your price for a video recorded reading that will be posted on YouTube. Or you can just purchase a personal reading by me. Also, I do have links in the description if you want to donate so I can get a microphone. Also, I think I said in the beginning, but follow me on Twitter and make sure you give me a like, comment, what other groups that you want to see me read on, what other topics you want me to read on. And until next time, guys, bye.